just enjoying the music, and I wasn't paying any attention to anything really. So hi everyone, welcome to the stream. Can I just get a quick microphone check? Can you? This thing is always trapped around my headphones. Right, is that better? Can you all hear me? Can I just get a quick check in on the chat if you can hear me? Okay, and then we'll get started. Welcome to the stream. We are. What are we looking at today? We are looking at. Oh, it's the Jingle Jam stream. Yeah, that's it. It's a Jingle Jam, loud and clear. Thank you, Rafi Cal. That's what I needed to hear. So yes, it's the Jingle Jam today. Go to jinglejam.co.uk, I believe it is. Let me just go and double check. I believe it's in the description. Hang on a minute. Let me just double check this. Yeah, jinglejam.co.uk. Details are in the description on YouTube. I'm not sure about Twitch, but in either way, jinglejam.co.uk. You can donate money via that website as well. If you donate more than 35 quid, then, or 35 quid and above, I think it is, then you get a game collection with all sorts of cool stuff. Let's just take a quick look at that. Hang on a minute. I'll put this on the screen in a moment. So this is the Jingle Jam. Hang on. That's better. This is the Jingle Jam website. You can click here to donate. If you give £30 or more, you get a games collection. If you click on the donate link, and then down here you can see the list of the games. And what you'll see in amongst this great collection of games, I must admit, there's a few here I'm interested in seeing, so I'm going to have to make a donation later on, is Train Sim World 6 Jingle Jam Edition. So this is not going to be useful. Excellent. This is the starter edition. It is the so the base games. You don't have to own Train Sim World 6, so that's the first thing. If you don't own Train Sim World 6, or if you missed out on the free starter pack, this will get you the free starter pack. It is LGV, it is Boston Worcester, and it is the Holiday Express on there, plus all these other great games as well. And you give a £35 donation to charity. So great stuff. Right, let's turn that down. Right, so that's what we're looking at today. I'm going to play some of the stuff that's in the Jingle Jam pack, and we'll have a look. Let's have a quick look at chats. Good, right, everyone can hear me. Excellent. Right, well, I think we'll get going again. Yeah, there's nothing pops up on the stream when you donate. I haven't been able to set anything like that up because I don't have access to it. But they are just about 1,000,044 at the moment. If we just bring that page back again, you can see there 1,000,044, which is absolutely fantastic. But you know, let's do our small bit to help them. If you have anything spare, you're able to donate. That's great. If you don't, just enjoy the stream. That's good too. It's good to just support by being here. And we'll have a play. I'm playing. This is LGV. I'm going to do first. This is going to be comical because I haven't run LGV since the last time I streamed it, which is a long time ago. So I already know there are going to be bits here I get completely wrong. Mostly about power changeovers and things. So yeah, I'm going to apologise in advance for making a complete hash of it. Right, okay, so I do know that we'll put the headlights on normal, and we need the desk light because when we get in the tunnel, we'll be very much in trouble otherwise. Right, okay, we need to put the master switch on. There we go. Make you blinky blinky noises. That's very good. I'm going to go around here before we get started. Put the light on because I can't turn the torch on, the cab light on. Don't be daft. Put crocodile on. Vacmus, KVB, and TVM. There we go. 4 safety systems. Beast. Excellent. Okay, good. Right. Turn that back on. No. Turn that back on. Thank you. Right, so we're all good there. We need to get the what we got here. Service protection, VACMA test, tail lights don't need to be on. Gauge lights can be on. We need to got to raise the oh yeah, we've got to raise the pantograph. Let's raise the pantograph, shall we? We need to be in DC mode on here, I believe, and then we need to be on normal pantograph. There we go. We've got the battery up there, so we need to close the circuit breaker. and then reset. I believe that means we're all good. I may be wrong, but we'll see. Okay, so I need to put it into the driving mode. Probably should put it into forwards first, put it into the manual. Actually, no, we'll put it in selected speed driving mode, and we'll put it in the speed limit of the area, which is 30. Good, let's get the doors open. I'm not going to do the brake test because I can't remember the brake test. So we'll see. Alexander, I'll have a look in my messages. I've been really bad at keeping up with messages. I'm so busy at the moment. Apologies. I'll get to you. Right, we're loading passengers. Let's have a look outside. So yeah, this is one of the add-ons that's in the Jingle Jam pack. So if you don't have it, another great way to get it. It's fun as long as you can remember how to drive it. There's a really detailed tutorial that covers everything. This is just going to be one of the many places I break the train gaff photography. I'm pretty sure I've missed something here. But we'll see. When it doesn't move, basically. Lock the doors. I thought there was a close button. Let's open doors left. Oh, close button's in the middle. There we go. The TGVs are lovely, aren't they? Absolutely. Right. Okay. Hey, we got our bells. That's high tech, isn't it? You gotta say that's high tech. Right, power handle is in the middle. Brakes, let's throw the brake into release. What have I not done? I've not done something here with the brake, have I? That's in release. There we go. Train brake off. Brakes are off. Oh, I see, that's the backup brake. Excellent. Right, let's put some power on. Do we get going? No way. No way. We're off. And we're on speed set, so all good. Let's turn the sound up a bit. That's better. Good. Rolling out of Marseille, heading for Avignon. Violet signals, which obviously is just another way of saying pink, so all good. It's just where signals are supposed to be. This is KVB, which tells us we're currently in KVB territory. We don't switch over to LGV for a little bit. Sorry, KVM, no. TVM, that's the word I was, the acronym I was looking for. Yeah, we got KVB at the minute, and these sounds in these systems, it just sounds so modern, doesn't it? That was back by the vigilance alarm. So yeah, this is the KVB system, which we're being monitored, and it's basically just an overspeed detection system. I mean, it does a bit more than that, but it's it does overspeed detection. Yeah, just trudge our way out of Marseille until we get the chance to speed up. We should any minute now actually get up to 60. Oh, until I'm done. Amaze Taste. Probably not massively late, to be honest. I haven't had dinner. I forgot I was streaming tonight, not going to lie. And remembered about 15 minutes before I had to start the stream. So my dinner is actually sitting in the air fryer at the moment. And I've just messaged my son and said, if you want it, help yourself, because it'll be well cold by the time I get done. Right, pop the speed up to 60 kilometers an hour. Again, we'll let the train accelerate, do its thing. .5 kilometers to the power changeover location, and But I think that's around about where we switch over to TVM at the same sort of time. Oh, up to 110. Let's move the speed selector up to 110. Put it on maximum power. Excellent. Oh, we've got an inbound. Not quite sure why KVB beeped there, but it did. Right, get the 140 in a minute. We're not getting too far on. I'm still 5 kilometres. I keep forgetting how long this stretch is before the tunnel. Right, up to 140. Go through the funky bridges. There is benefit to giving yourself, as much speed as possible for when you're fumbling with the power changeover. It gives you as much chance to not run out of speed and stop while you're going, but which setting is it and why won't it take power? Which I'm clearly going to get roll as we go up the tunnel, so. Because it's quite steep grade. It's like ridiculously steep gradient as we go in, so the line sort of swerves a little bit and then goes flying upwards at this really steep rate of incline, and meanwhile you're in the middle of figuring out how to do a power changeover, and the train's rapidly slowing down. It's borderline hilarious unless I get it right, in which case it won't be funny at all and everyone will probably just go, oh, that was no fun. Right, 2.5 kilometres to go to the power change. Are we stopping at Aix-en-Provence? So we've got an intermediate stop a little bit after the tunnel finishes. Right, so normally, having got up to 140, I normally bring the power down somewhere in this tunnel. You see that 300 kilometre limit coming up on the track monitor there in the top right? That's obviously TVM at that point, right? Because you can't do 300 kilometres an hour on KVB. Cool, right, power's down and we're ready for that. So I'm going to go ahead and lower the pantograph. I'm going to switch us over to LGV mode. I'm going to wait because it's not time to raise the pantograph yet. It will be in a minute. I believe that post this post tells me we can put the pantograph back up. I'm just going to wait for a moment. Get this board. Cool. Let's raise the pantograph. That's it. That's telling me that it's detected power. Reset. And we have power. Look at this. Put it up to 160. And there it goes. Taking power. Yes. $300. There you go. We are 10 clicks away from Aix-en-Provence. It's a slow speed increase because you can see we're going up 2.5%, which is a heck of an increase. Oh, got dropped down to 270, but that's fine. We're nowhere near it, so that's all good. When these TVMs drop, that means that you have to be at that speed within tolerance by the next signal, I believe. I went to the Southeastern Training Centre and had a practice on the Javelin simulator, which uses the same TVM, and they actually do it in a one block in advance of that. So they would be down to 230, getting there now, rather than waiting. Which gives you a lot more flexibility. Because what you don't want to do when you're driving a train, obviously safety conscious, what you don't want to be doing is running to the limits. Oh, another TGV. We are spoiled with all these TGVs today. The Ferrero train TGV. 200. Right. I'm going to drop the target speed down to 170 at this point, and let the train bring the speed down a bit. Yeah, when I practiced on the South Eastern 395 simulator, the way they described it was to get ahead of it, so that you had effectively a full block of mistake that you could make, which makes a lot of sense. Drop down to 160. In fact, I'll put it down to 130. TVM is not the same as ETCS. ETCS will replace TVM eventually, at some point, maybe. $100. This is where we finish climbing and we level out and go back down again. It sort of kind of, I'm using my hands here, it kind of goes up and swoops down. Yeah, ETS is a superset of a lot of modern safety systems, so it does everything. It solves the same problem in a slightly different way, essentially, with say than compared to TVM. Right, 2.1 kilometers away from Aix-en-Provence, which is where we were stopping at. I'm going to drop down to 80 now. In fact, I'll put it down to 70 just so that it gets down one notch further. Now I'm going to kill the power. And we just let it coast into the platform. We'll get the track will swing us over to the left usually. If you're stopping, you normally get pulled over to the left. And if you're staying, then you go flying through the middle. I've got the air brakes just applying now. Got a little bit on the air brakes. Oh, we've got Trois Rouges, which is a no, that you cannot proceed past the next marker, and you can see on the track monitor, red light. Brake system is PBL, exactly the same as the Class 66. So if you're familiar with the Class 66, it's identical in that it's got like a plus and a minus rather than an absolute position. I come into this really slow, I always do, just because the red light at the end scares the heck out of me. Passengers can wait. I'd rather have a no tea and biscuits meeting because I'm running a bit slow than have a no tea and biscuits because I ran a red light, you know? I know that doesn't sound like me, but... Just to be clear, that flag there is where the red light is, right? So you can't miss the platform by much. Right, let's get the doors open. I do like this train, and the team did such a good job modelling it as well. Let's have a quick gander. We have a little time. Let's continue to wander. Right, let's just go back to the cab before it is time to leave. Have I got my TS hardware yet? You mean the stuff from TS controllers? I do. I do. And I gotta say, to be for using it with the 66, shut the doors. For the 66, because I got the 66 set up, or with like I've been having a lot of fun with like the 142, the Pacers and so forth, because I got the 3-step brake. Excellent. We got the light. We do 170. Brakes are not quite off yet. Brakes are off. There we go. And let's set the. Oops. Let's double check the doors. I pressed the wrong button. No, they stay opened. Come on, close the doors. Good. Right, and now R is the button I was looking to do. It's 160, 70, maximum power. And away we go. Just got to press the Q button every now and again for the vigilance. Yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun with the different controllers. It's such an immersive experience driving the Pacers with the kit. So yeah, very, very good indeed. But I've also been continuing to explore some of my own ideas for controllers as well. I had this wacky idea of upgrading a rail driver with like modern magnetic rotary encoders, replacing the variable resistors, adding some more buttons, putting another an OLED screen on it instead of the little 7-segment displays, and doing some other funky things with it. So all good experiments. I'm still in the process of writing the series that I'm going to film for teaching Python at a simple level, teaching electronics at a simple level, with the basis of here's how you make your own TS controllers, how you make your own, the setup for it. So I'm still writing that series, but should be a lot of fun. I got some new screens today from Pi-Hut. They are, one of them is this little tiny thing, OLED screen, and it's got an ESP32 controller built into it. And the other one is like a bigger 7-inch touch screen, and it's got an ESP32 controller built into it as well. So it's kind of like, ooh, we can have some fun with these. Hey, Liam, Steve, sorry, how are you doing? Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't been streaming enough. There is not enough time in the day. Amazed, absolutely. Right, Avignon, 64 kilometers. Accelerating up to speed. We're on our way. You wind up buying Blackpool branches. Yeah, Blackpool branches is very good. I'm still a fan of Cardiff myself. I like what Cardiff offers. But no, you won't go wrong with Blackpool branches for sure. It's true, it's such a complete roller coaster. Look at the gradient changes that are on this route are insane. Can't quite speed up on the 3.5% increase grade up gradient, but that's fine because once we get to the next down gradient any second now, look at that curve, we will speed up more than I want it to probably. I suspect I'll end up dropping it to the 290 limit so we don't break 300 all the time. I seem to recall this line actually increases in speed a bit as we get closer to Avignon as well. For those just joining, we are here streaming as part of Jingle Jam. Don't forget to go over to jinglejam.co.uk so you can have a look, make a donation, find out what they're doing. It's great work, supporting a wide range of causes. Obviously, Dovetail is, and particularly, we support all of the causes, but Calm Charity is one that's particularly close to us. There's also the Jingle Jam package. So if you donate £35 or more to the Jingle Jam charity stream or to charity via their webpage, then you get you can download a package of all sorts of, I think it's 11 or 12 games, including TSW. The Jingle Jam edition has got the starter pack. It's not the standard or any of the other editions, it's the starter pack. It's got the LGV, this one. It's got the, I told you I'd have to drop that down. It's got the, wow, you really can't hold the speed on this down gradient, can it? So it's got LGV, it's got Holiday Express, and it's got Boston Worcester. We'll be doing Boston Worcester next. Cardiff has got more stations than most routes, to be honest, Absano. It's just that they're all right next to each other. I still think that's like 20-something stations on that route. But yeah, it is misleading because they're all next to each other. There you go, speed limit's going up to 320. I really enjoyed driving the TFW Pacer, Absar now. It was on the previous stream. Very good, very good. It feels like the Pacer just needs some add some much needed soul to the route. I think the slightly different the Sprinters, the 150 and the 153 are great, and probably the 153 is one of my favourites. Let me turn the game down a bit. 153 is probably still one of my favourites, but the Pacer, you can't beat a Pacer. Pacers are the best. Everyone thinks so. Everyone thinks Pacers are the greatest, even if they've spent all of their lives commuting on them. They still wish they'd come back for more. What are we at? 45 kilometres to Avignon. Unfortunately, with speed set driving the train, there's not a lot more to do with it other than just watch it and wait for us to get to the other end of the line. Amazed Taze, you don't believe that. I'm actually going to put brakes on because we're going to get outside of the speed tolerances for TVM if we're not careful. Just drop the target speed a little bit. better. Not over speeding quite that much. TVM was going to start getting grumpy with me if I wasn't careful. Oh, you're not far from the Framingham Worcester line, AB0 now. Yeah, my wife is from that area. It's probably the main. If she was ever on a train, it was probably that one she was on, to be honest. So, because I think she was born in Concord, and I think Worcester was sort of her area. Let's give it a bit more speed, because speed is good. Speed is great. We need more speed. Driving a fast train, therefore we should add the fasts. Just the flaw with the camera is it can't keep up. One day. 28 kilometers. What's everyone been playing recently then? Tell me what you've been enjoying. Worcester, Amaze Days. Worcester, you know, it's because you got to remember the Bostonian accent kind of pronounces everything funny anyway. I'm allowed to say that because of my wife, and her mum's got a quite it's not so strong as it was, but yeah, she had quite a strong Boston accent. So Worcester. I think it's if you're in the Massachusetts, you know how to say Worcester. If you're not in Massachusetts, it's Worcester or Worcester. Again, it depends on the area you come from. Amaze Taste. Massachusetts people obviously pronounce it correctly. Only me driving some services on Royce ignored as we speak. Oh, that's cracking. Oh, I missed that actually. I might have to do some of that at some point. Ooh, I think we might have chased something. I'm just going to pop it down to 300. See what happens as I go past this flag. Nothing. Yeah, there we go. In which case I'm going to pop it down to 280. One thing is, it'd be tempting to take the power off when you're trying to slow down like this. But if you look at the deceleration feature, actually, now that we're down to, well, let me put the target speed down to 250. You can see it's down into slowing down here. If I cut the power, you see how it takes the power off of the brakes as well. So you're actually controlling the braking rate like this as well. There we go, there's the 270. Good job, we're already down at 270. So yeah, you got to keep the power on when you're braking, because that controls the electric brakes when you're braking. It's yeah. Jude, if did you pick up the Jingle Jam bundle, or have you picked up LGV? How have you got the TGV, or have you not got the TGV? You'll need to sorry, let me pop it down to 200. You'll need to pick up the LGV Mediterranean if you don't have it. If you do have it and it's not showing up, check to see if you need to download it. Sometimes on like Microsoft platforms you need to download it separately. I'm going to add some extra air brakes in just to give it a little bit more of a kick. Well, we're not going to get down to 200 by the time we need to. That's it, we're down to 200. Stop it down to 160. There we go. Leave the air brakes on. Candice playing Morristown. Oh, I do like Morristown. I don't play that enough. Alright, take the air brakes off now that we're under where we need to be, and let it continue to decelerate at its own rate. Oh no, it's accelerating. I'm going to leave it at 150 then. Here comes the flag. What now? 130, so let's drop it to 100. That's it. That wakes you up, doesn't it? Certainly wakes me up. That's 100 limit. Drop it down to 80. Final tunnel, not far out, 2 clicks to go. Should see the platform appear on the track monitor any second now. There it is. Yeah, it is a really old school bell. There's our 80. There's Avignon up in front of us. Pretty recognisable looking platform area. Come off the platform, off the main. Cut the power, let gravity do some work. Drop a bit of air brake in. We got Train Rouge for our stop at the end of the platform. forgetting how enormously long these platforms are. You underestimated your train's brakes. Don't you mean you overestimated them? Did you overshoot? And that's the end of this run. That was a nice speedy way to start the stream. Fashionably late. Oh, of course, of course. You spadded. Oh yeah, that's bad. Only me. It's generally frowned upon anyway. There we go, look at the doors. Ab Zero now, it's LGV Mediterranean. Shows up in the game as Marseille to Avignon, if I remember rightly. Let's have a look. Return to main menu. So if we go in here, LGV Mediterranean is what you were looking for. Right, let's do some Boston Worcester with the HSP 46. And Boston South Station to Worcester. There we go. Flat framing in. We'll do this one next. Not foggy though. No, no, no. Put some wind on to get the trees moving. Go for it. Right, how do we drive this one then? Let's pop the reverser in and put it in forwards. Do we need to do anything over here? Yeah, lead cut in, that's all good. Get the doors open. Instrument lights on. That's our bell, horn, bright with ditch lights, parking brake, need truck stand, alerter, don't want that rubbish. I'll leave the alerter off. Just drives me up the wall. Protection engine run, access, train stop override, hip on, coupled to B end only, yes, that's right. Some more buttons up here, haven't we? So reading lights, gauge lights, ground lights, step lights. Let's turn. No, you're supposed to leave step lights on. Front marker lights, rear marker lights can come off. EP brake is on. Generator field is on. Accelerator heater, let's put that on low just to keep things warm. I'm feeling a bit chilly. Temperature control, fan open, again we'll put that on medium. We'll put the fan on a little bit, and we won't have fresh air because it's cold. That's the TMS, that's all good. Headlight rear is off. Windshield wipers we don't need by the looks of it. What have we got? All doors closed, no. Oh, okay, that was alerter, right, which I have now turned on because I hate myself, apparently. Right. Must admit, I can't remember where the fuse for that is. Is it in here? Oh, ATC is there, access is there. There you go, it was all in there. It was all there all along. Lock the doors. That should mean we get a green over here. And we're off, leaving Boston South Station. It's a little bit slow round to Boston Back Bay, but then we'll be able to speed up a bit. I think some bits of this route go up to 70 miles an hour. Got one coming in. I like the way MBTA run these mix of just basically whatever coaches they had available at the time. Go away, alerter. No one asked you. You know, I'm not complaining that their trains are basically pink stripe. I've got a big pink stripe on them. I mean, they probably call it purple or something, but obviously it's pink. We all know that and agree that, right? .15 limit. Not much need to speed up, to be honest. Hey, Drinks in Play, how are you doing? 30. Still not enough to make the engine break out in a sweat, but thank you, Gav's Photography. You'll have to explain that that purple issue with JP when you next see him. It's a couple of power. That's far enough. Dropped us down to, what's that, medium? 45 is a medium, isn't it? No, is it? I can't remember. I always get my mediums and my limited mixed up. I don't know why that doesn't go in. Obviously restricting is easy. But I can never get medium and limited the right way around. Limited is the faster one, isn't it? Medium is 30. So this is a limited aspect. Get them doors open. Get out of here and head west. Oh, we've got coming in. I mean, yeah, it looks like it isn't totally predictable. Nice. Another 46. Bump the speed up a bit more. Still on limited aspect. Truck has better brakes, but are you running on full simulation mode only, me? Because if we're running on full simulation brakes, the brakes on ATS get well, quite temperamental, which is really good. Hey, Bob's Modelling Mayhem, how are you? Oh, excuse me. Or is it putting me on the left track? That was a clear diverging, wasn't it? A diverging clear, sorry. Must be putting me on the left track after a station. Excellent. I do like the HSP 46. Working on a small end-to-end model railway with Worcester Stream. Very nice. What gauge do you model in? Two miles to Boston Landing. Still in a limited aspect. Track limit is, well, 30 according to what the train's in, but 40 underneath the front wheels. Better give it full pelt and it will actually accelerate a bit more like it means it. Oh, N-gauge, present day focus on evolution fractline. Oh, very nice. Oh, we're not diverging. Green's on the top. Standard clear. Clear aspect, track speed limit going up to 45 in a minute. And then the magical, definitely not triggering at all, 79 miles per hour. Yes, I'm going to use run 8 to get to another 5 miles per hour. Good evening, Casual Rail. Andy, how are you? I don't see much point in getting a load of speed on, to be honest, because we're stopping in less than a mile. Yeah, 79 miles per hour is because the regulations for 80 miles per hour plus are different. It's related to cab signalling, which ironically I'm using, but I think it's more of a holdover that it's still 79. And recertifying it for faster is probably a lot more effort than it's actually worth. Yeah, doing all right, Andy. Thank you. Doing all right. Doing all right. Trying to get my blood pressure back under control. Got another appointment with the doctors in a couple of weeks. When you say won't work, EXSSV, what do you mean? Not showing up, crashing? What is it that's not working? Hey Liam, how are you? I mean, that's almost a perfect stop. You know, as long as you have a fairly flexible tolerance for stopping distance. One door of that coach was on the platform, therefore it counts, right? Right. Is the bottom figure? I thought you were talking about my bottom at that point there for a minute, Rebecca. And the answer to that would be no. But is the bottom figure looking healthy? Yeah, all of the systolic diastolic is all looking better than it was, to be honest. It's not where it needs to be. It's still too high, but it's not at that point where you look at it and wince and go, you are still alive, right? So yeah, particularly for us folks that are getting a little older, go and get your blood pressure checked. It's a silent thing. You no symptoms with high blood pressure at all for the most part, or at least they mask and they look like other things. They feel like other things. Go and get your blood pressure checked. Oh dear. Hey Paul, how are you? 7 miles, let's crank it up, 60 miles an hour. How's Ollie doing? Ollie's doing great at university, so Sarayan. These guys are having a race apparently. 60 on the track limits. Cabape, will we see it fixed on the announcements on the Scott 158? Remind me what the issue is there, Cabape. I don't have an answer to that, but I can go and ask later on and see what the deal is. It's a brief window at a higher speed before we get clamped down to 60 once again. Youngest is Ollie, casual. Oldest is Cameron. Oh, of course you're. I see why you're asking now. That's it. Track speed down to 60. Level track. 5.8 miles to our next station. Oh, I see. We were slowed down for these corners. I'm gonna get sped back up again afterwards. It's get ready to slam that throttle lever with reckless abandon to the maximum position. Is RAM affecting the texture blurry issue? I kind of want to say yes, but it's not probably the way you think. Texture pool is a thing that exists in memory. So just like going from 16 gig to 32 gig won't have any difference whatsoever. It's sort of video RAM, and it's a portion of video RAM, because your video RAM has other things as well, like the mesh. So there is a thing called a texture pool in Unreal, and blurring is basically when you exhaust that texture pool, and it dials the texture back to lower resolution versions of the texture, which still have to be rendered on the same real estate on the train, hence they get blurry or get lower res, in order to make it fit. And it just means it's trying to do too much. Basically, it means that the textures are too big, there's too many different textures, it's that kind of thing. Or the things being kept in memory that shouldn't be kept in memory. So, I mean, we've got rid of some of the stuff that shouldn't be kept in the texture pool. It doesn't seem to have had that much of a difference, which is a shame. The team are carrying on looking for other things to see what it is. I mean, the thing is, what you've got to remember is that there's two causes, broadly, of an inefficient texture pool. One is a core game problem, which there is, and we're looking into it. At some point, the routes that were working well stopped working well. Yeah, that's not a content issue. That's a core issue. So that's the area that our team are looking into. The other one is that if you make a loco or you make a route and you use lots of big fat chunky textures, and you make 3D models that are inefficient, there's nothing I can do to help make that better. You've just got to make content better. And we're working with third-party developers to look into that. Birmingham crew, All Aboard Studios, the next update, the update that they put out, I think recently, had a lot of big improvements in it. Actually, it doesn't seem to be manifesting as well as you might have hoped, but I know from the mem reports that I've seen, it's a big improvement of memory consumption. But there's clearly more work still to be done on there. The 350 is worse. Yeah, I need to go and have a look at the textures on the 350. Again, it was done as another All Aboard Studios, and I wonder, we'll go and have a look at the textures and see whether or not they've been upgraded to 4K textures or things like that, because there is very much a temptation to super detail everything, and there isn't texture pool to do that kind of thing. It's not practical. Up down to 60 for the curve. Does drinking while driving a train sim affect memory? I can't remember, Baked Bean Kid. Oh, you weren't making a joke, sorry. Does drink... No, you were making a joke. Of course you were. I don't know. I did look at Paul's video, Casual Rail, yeah. Didn't tell us anything we weren't already aware of, unfortunately, but it's a good exercise. Adam, would it be possible to add a shader cache? We looked into it, and it doesn't really work like that because we're not using DirectX 12. You have to be using DirectX 12 to get the PSO cache, which is how you build that up, and it just doesn't work. Oh, hello, we're stopping at this station. So yeah, we tried building a shader pre-compilation thing, and it would probably make your boot time into a route more like an hour. And even then it doesn't do a brilliant job, so we scrapped it as a project. It needs more thought. and we need to move to DirectX 12. Send me a DM or something, Kabepe, rather than on the chat, yeah, because it will get lost and I'll probably forget anyway. So send me a DM via some method on Discord or on something. You thought the textures were downsampled, so if the original texture is 2K, it's 1K in game. I'm not quite sure what you mean, Amaze Taze. It depends. I mean, if you're on a PC or a Series or a Gen 9 console, textures are as is. If you put a 4K texture in somewhere, you know, then it's a 4K texture. You know, it's if for Gen 8, it downscales them, yes. So a 2K texture would go to its next nip down, which probably is 1K. Might be less than that, but yeah, Gen 8 it does auto downscale, but Gen 9 and PC it shouldn't do it. You know, Gen 9 and PC should be giving the sort of the, you know, exactly the way it's created experience, which means it's kind of up to the content creators to manage their memory. Blurriness is caused by the game downscaling textures dynamically. Because if you imagine that you've got 4,000 pixels across, say, this speedometer, let's say you've got 200 pixels across this speedometer. If now suddenly you've only got 100 pixels across this speedometer, then you get all jaggeds appearing on the the curves across here, and all jaggeds are appearing around here because you've got less pixels on there, as if you're running at a lower resolution. So you've saved some texture memory, but you've gained the sort of jaggedy blurries on there. So it's good in one way because it stopped the game from crashing, which is the goal, but on the other hand it made it look garbage. Right, let's speed up. But you know, I've seen developers that would take a texture like and find a random example, and it is just an example, like something like this, and you see how it's sort of like, it's a little bit, you think, oh, that could be nice and tidy, and you can make that, and they put something like this in a 4K texture on its own, you know, and then you wonder why you run out of memory. Liam, yes, the console, so what you've got to think of here is that on a Series S you've got 10 gigabytes of total memory, and that's shared between CPU and GPU. On a Series X you've got 16 gigabytes of total memory shared between CPU and GPU. On your average PC, you've got, you know, let's say minimally 16 gigs of system RAM and 8 gigs of dedicated VRAM. So you've already got 24 gigs of memory. So on the average PC is already doing far better than your average console in that respect. Ab0 now, Gen 8 won't affect the texture blurring thing at all. Gen 8 will mean that the minimum sort of spec for adding detail to routes can go up. Because there's capacity to add more to it, but by and large, if in the last 2 years, if it's ever held us back, we've just not released on Gen 8 already. That's why the routes like Frankfurt S-Bahn didn't come out on Gen 8. So it's kind of like, I'm not sure it makes that much of a difference, because we kind of already have separate timetables for gameplay. We have separate all sorts of different separate formations, separate timetables for Gen 8, and it's right, I'm stopping here. The only thing that really there isn't is then the complexity of the route, which, like I said, we filter out by just not doing. Is there a way in UE4 that shows you memory usage as you build? Not so much as you build, but what you can do, Andy, is come on, stop. What you can do is, it's partly what the team are doing on our side, is when you build a scene up, run it in the editor and play in editor mode, and you can see what's in the texture pool, how much room it's taking up in the texture pool, and then you can sort of look at what's in there. Is it what you're expecting it to be? Should it be more? Should it be less? You can also dynamically change the texture pool size on a PC. So you can make your PC run like a console, essentially, from a texture pool perspective. It's not quite the same, because obviously a PC is different anyway, but it gives you a hint, and you can sort of see, oh, actually, if I only had half the texture pool, we'd be in trouble town. Somewhere in the zip code stop, yep. Right, we are off to Wellesley Square, 1.2 miles. Track speed limit has gone up to 60. Harlem Line remaster extended to southeast with a better Grand Central. You can build that to New Haven in the coming years. Yeah, I'd like to see more in the Harlem Line. Is kind of my type of route. The whole stop-start commuter line, I kind of like those. I'd like to see more on Harlem Line myself at some point, actually. I'm definitely not saying that is going to happen, by the way, just to be really, really clear. There aren't any plans right now. But I hear you, and I agree with you. Beta testers should be asked to do what? Sorry, Paul. You need the play in editor version. You can't do this using the development version of the build. It's got to be the actual playing the game in the editor, which is the definition of pain. Yeah, hopefully you like the NEC New York Stamford line, Adam P, because we're reworking Grand Central for that. Lock the doors. $2.8 for the Natick Centre. That's the shopping centre, isn't it? It's not a bad shout, Paul. Actually, I might get someone to try it and see if it mimics what we see on the console. Yeah, not bad. Just get a QA team to do it. To be honest, shouldn't need the beta team to do it. Thundering away. I do like the sound of traction motors on these. Is the QA team fairly large? I mean, we use an external as well as the people in the team. I can't remember how many we have internally. There's quite a few, but there's also an external team that's quite significant as well that also run on it. There's quite a lot of people overall. Does SteamOS allow betas? What do you mean, Liam? SteamOS is just Steam. So you can access the beta of, well, I can access the beta of Train Sim World on my Steam Deck, for example. That's fine. Amazed Taste, I will always take rail-related feedback, but there are not enough rail enthusiast people that want to get involved in the games industry. So, at the end of the day, you take what you can get. But yes, there are rail enthusiasts there. There are even rail enthusiasts, like when we send the build off for certification at Microsoft and Sony, sometimes it'll get through to one of the rail enthusiast or Train Sim World fans that work there, and we'll get actually really good feedback from them. Versus when it gets to a non-train enthusiast. But I will always take train enthusiast feedback over non. But at the end of the day, if the people aren't there, then I have to use the people that are there, and they do a good job because they tend to look at it not just from a train enthusiast perspective, but also just from a general game perspective, which is equally important. Steam Deck or Steam Machine runs betas, yes, Liam. It's awkward, to be honest. Really awkward. The beta runs really poorly on the Steam Deck. No idea how the Steam Machine is going to fare, but one of the challenges is the beta version of TSW pops up a console window, which completely confuses the Steam Deck. And some of us train people run away. You know what? Some people have just got other lives and other focuses, and that's absolutely fine, Paul. Right, Western Natick is next. Why isn't the Holiday Express F7 unit included in Formation Designer? I can't remember. K-Rail fan, I feel like I can't probably give you a good answer to that question because it probably boils down to my incompetence. I'll have to have a look at some point and see. Candace started with very little knowledge of trains. Community turned you into a Braille fan. That's awesome. Oh, look at this. I like this bit. I like this bit. Of course, I pressed a button to make the game do other things, and now it's upset at me. Oh, hello. I go and have a look at pretty things, and all of a sudden I'm in trouble with the safety system. Dang it. See if it'll do a running release before it stops. Yes. Excellent. Don't forget, we are here to raise money for Jingle Jam, folks. Jinglejam.co.uk, and you can donate anything you like to the stream. It's going to a number of really good causes, including Calm, which we're directly supporting. And if you donate £35 or more, you get a big package of 12 great games, including TSW and some add-ons. Full details are on the jinglejam.co.uk website. Who the heck is Jingle Jam? It's run by Yogscast, I think, Baked Bean Kid. I know what the next question is. Streamer people, YouTuber people, yeah? Quite famous, well known, except by you people. And me, mostly. I've actually met Yogscast, to be fair, a long time ago. For Minecraft reasons. Right, it's coming in for a stop at West Natick. When I say I'm coming in for a stop, I am being probably overconfident. Jinglejam.co.uk, Baked Bean Kid, and if you click on the Donate Now button, it takes you to all the information. Yogscast, as in the ones that used to play Minecraft. That's the ones Casual Rail, yeah. Yeah, I went to one of the gaming shows over in Insomnia. And we met who did we meet? Dan TDM, Jack, I can't remember his name, the Irish guy, brilliant, really funny, and the Yogscast crew. And my youngest Ollie took like a Minecraft book, and we got all signatures of all of them, all the signatures on the front page of that. It's really cool. They're a great bunch, a really great bunch. Is it optional to turn on the safety system, Al the Rail fan? Yes, the only route currently where it isn't optional is the Long Island. How is Nat doing? She's doing very well. Spoke to her today, Liam. Did I meet Lydia from Yogs? I don't remember who we met, to be honest. I was mostly just being dragged around, if I'm really, really honest. Off to Framingham. Candice says, Jingle Jam is basically a bunch of creators get together, raise money for charities, and you get to get cool games. Yeah, absolutely. Right, where are we looking at? 1.1 for Framingham. Speed limit 60, dropping to 30. So yeah, we should probably be thinking about that already. Is there going to be more sales on any platform? I can't talk about sales, and I actually have no idea. You're talking to the wrong person, Tuxedano. I make the game, and people who know much better about selling the game sell the game. going to go ahead straight away, put it in suppression. And that's better. That was some fairly serious amounts of braking right there. Keep an eye on all the usual places, Turks and I, and you'll find out when there's upcoming sales. That's how I find out usually. Can you learn ATC and Access separately? You don't really need to, Liam. They're kind of both feeding into the same thing. I mean, Access is basically don't go above that speed. ATC is don't go above that speed. Yeah, it's set for maximum allowed speed at the moment. So ATC's not got any restrictions on it, particularly at the minute. And unless you get bad aspects, you know, like yellow signals or something, where you'll get dropped down to, you know, this 45 light will pop up as it was earlier on, and you just don't go faster than that. It's really quite straightforward, actually. Hey, cool kid. You sound cool. No, it's easier than the German systems. Much more prescriptive. Thank you, Baked Bean Kid, for that. Unfortunately, I don't get to see any of the donation information. I do see the running total. You can see the running total is currently sitting here at 1.084 million, which is phenomenal. So, yeah, thank you to everyone who's donating. And if you're not able to donate, that's completely fine. Ashland next. Got the high ball. Your PC's doing alright, is it, Casual Rail? Very good. Yeah, it was a good spec actually. And the way, because you bent for the slightly bigger one, you've got a ton of expansion options, which is really cool. Expansion options are good. Track speed's up. Let's wait for the train speed to go up. Oh, a couple of SDs over there. There we go. Should you get on with ATC and Access because you get on with the Dutch system? Yeah, to be honest, they're not a million miles apart. Had a panic attack a few days ago, bought a 5070 Ti graphics card, put it in, nothing worked, ended up needing a BIOS update. Oh wow. your heart sinks terribly when you put stuff in your machine, it doesn't boot up. I had that on the machine that runs the OBS on this setup, the streaming software, and I did something with it, booted it up, and it didn't work anymore. And it was, for some reason, one of the memory sockets had died, and I only found out by just shuffling the memory around in the machine. And it's got less memory in it now, but it boots fine. I mean, it had 48 gigs before, and it definitely doesn't need 48 gigs, so I think it's got 32 now, which is still more than enough. Yeah, me too, Andy. I had this the Chill Blast streaming machine that I'm using, which to be fair is very old at this point, at least 10 I think. It kept, after a while, it would just power down. I would get, no, it wouldn't power down. It just got slower and slower and slower. And I thought that stinks of a cooling problem. And yeah, I had one of the H101, I think it is, hydro cooler systems on it, because I used to, when I bought this machine ages ago, it was top of the line, had all of the overclocking and all sorts of things on it, and I've taken the overclocking off now. I don't use it as my main machine, ages ago in fact, and it was so yeah, I don't know how many years it's been running without effective cooling. But it finally decided it had enough, and I ran a tester on it, and I think the clock speed on the CPU got itself down into like single figures or something daft. It was cool. It was backing off so hard to avoid overheat situation, or to manage the overheat situation. So I ended up replacing this expensive H101 hydro cooler with the cheapest, nastiest cooler for the Intel cooler for the motherboard, and it works great. It keeps. I ran the same power tester on it, which puts a ton of load on the CPU, and it kept it ice cold. And I'm just like, okay, remind me why I had an H101 on there. The Chill Blast PC, yeah, it's the one that's running OBS right now. I use my PC specialist machine for gaming on. That's this one. Yeah, kilowatt ought to be enough, Andy. But I guess you could have a problem whereby it's like I mean, like the Chill Blast had a machine. I don't know if you recall, a few years back, where the power supply, which is more than enough. I think it was more than enough power supply, but it just would cause all sorts of problems, and that turned out to be a duff power supply. I replaced the power supply, and it fixed all the issues. But imagine if yours won't power on at all. That's BIOS is a good shout to end up with, though. But what a pain to get there. I hate updating BIOSes, I must admit. They made it a lot less risky than it ever was, but I really hate upgrading BIOSes. The PC specialist has got the 14th gen Intel, which, if you remember, had the problem where they would kill themselves occasionally because of a problem on the motherboard, I think, where they were kept like overdriving them, and so it would fry the chip. And there was a firmware update went out, and had to apply a firmware update to my machine. I did not enjoy that at all. I don't think I've had to apply a firmware update to a motherboard in years and years and years. So what is this? An IBM ATX machine? Southborough. What we got for speeds here? 60 miles per hour. We're not in foreign lands. Signal aspect is still maximum, so that's good. 1.8 miles to Southborough. Oh, that's handy. At least you got your Toyota card hadn't died. That would have been a pain. Mind you, does your motherboard not have on-board GPU, Andy? Most motherboards these days have got some garbage on-board GPU. If you've never had to update your BIOS about being kid, then that's very fortunate. You're very fortunate. It's not a fun experience. It's one of those things that you run via a command line, and it has all sorts of, this can completely end your machine if you do anything wrong. Pray you don't have a power cut. Fingers crossed it all goes okay, right? Right, getting on with it. Oh, you disabled it in the BIOS so you can get back to it. Yeah, no, fair enough, yeah. I've probably done the same. I've been quite happy though, because the Chill Blast machine is actually under spec for Windows 11, and I was fully expecting that at some point they would put something out that made it to where the machine no longer booted anymore, or something daft, because they used the to make it work. And Westborough, that's the end of the lines, isn't it? Oh no, Grafton. And so I've been fully expecting this machine to stop working, at which point you'll probably get Linux on it. Yeah, actually mine was probably a thumb drive as well, Andy, now I think about it. That's a good shout. I can't remember. I blacked out and forgot the entire experience. Everything worked the way it was supposed to work. All of the fear was in my head, but Riley Andrews, you are on manual firing mode probably if you get a random service failure for no reason, and that is because you're not putting coal in. turn it into automatic fireman, and it will work fine. Given that the fireman simulation is kind of not there, the manual firing is kind of a pointless setting. So go ahead, put it into manual for automatic firing, and you won't get that error anymore. I tell a lie. You can kind of get it if you drive the train so hard the auto fireman can't keep up, but that's a solvable problem. Yeah, I don't really like upgrading PCs, I've got to say, Casual Rail. Because I generally get a PC that will last, and then I'll put up with it and deal with it for ages and ages and ages. And then I'll buy a PC like 8-10 years later and get another one. Just buy a whole new machine. Because like even my old Chill Blast, which is a 6th gen Intel, still runs TSW perfectly fine. It runs what's that cyber game that was problematic at launch? It runs that. You know, it's not a bad machine. Where do you mean, Baked Bean Kid? Do you mean this one here, the yard, the yard? Cyberpunk, that's the one. I don't know why my brain wouldn't think of that, but yeah, Cyberpunk. Drop it down to 60 on a gentle. When was the last time you played on any of the Steam routes, Riley Andrews? Got to be honest, ages. I don't get tons of time to just sit back and play the game anymore. So most of the time, what I'm playing is whatever we're making at that moment in time. I've been playing a lot of Stuttgart, for example, recently. So streams like this are when I get to sit back and just play stuff for the fun of it. Couple of miles to go. Grafton, Worcester. Zero now, yeah. Framing in Worcester has quite a bit of freight going on, but you have to own almost every bit of freight content to get the most out of it. Which is, I think, where it sort of it misses in a few cases, because if, for example, you don't want Horseshoe Curve, you basically won't get any freight, because Horseshoe Curve, some of the wagons are used in some of the trains. Freight cars, sorry. Just over a mile to go for Westborough. Did you say you were playing Stuttgart on Friday? Yes, I am. Is it Friday or is it tomorrow? It's tomorrow, isn't it? Oh no, it's Friday because Lucas can't do Thursday. It's just still in my calendar for Friday, for tomorrow. It's Friday. I have words with Alex to update my calendar. Here's a bit of freight. I think it's is it the reefer cars? Oh, the reefer cars probably come from Sherman. There's some Norfolk Southern Bethgon that just went past. Got something in the middle. That's alright, I'll manifest this one. Yeah, it looks like a UP reefer. And CSX covered hoppers. I might see how things are tomorrow and see what I've got to get done. If I have some time, I might jump on and do a stream maybe. But how's GW coming on? Very well. It's sort of wrapping up at the moment. I think Liam has been finishing off some last changes and tweaks. It's already started going through QA. It's not going to release before Christmas at this point, but because I don't think it's made it out to a console beta testers yet, and I really want to see how this one looks because Liam's added a ton of stuff to it, and it kind of fills me with fear. But the PC beta testers have been playing with it and having a good time, so. Right, Grafton. Hey Tyler, how are you doing? I don't believe so, no, Baked Bean Kid. I'll pass on your critical feedback to Liam for him to handle as he wishes. Oh, look at this. There's something about water. I'm just waiting to find out which part of Germany Lucas is going to be, you know, making hate the game next, to be honest, you know. Which part of Germany he hates, and who's going to be upset at him now? Right. 1.9 to Grafton, we're up at line speed. Evening Rex Tactics. Goodbye Tour Ab Zero now is a gameplay, is a sort of a loco gameplay pack with the HSTs and so forth, running on Great Western. It's not a route in its own right. Right, just coming up on Grafton now. Liam, I have no idea actually. Good night, Riley. Boom, spot on. Lock the doors. Worcester. 5.7 miles away. Give it the boot. Any more patch note updates yet in roadmap? I don't know what you mean, Metro 123. I'm not really following with what's going out on the community at the moment. I'm so head down trying to keep up with what I'm doing day to day. Alex, probably your best bet to talk about that. I think the patch went out recently, didn't it? I don't know whether or not I presume there are notes to go with that patch. Ben Elton, GWR remaster release, most likely after Christmas at some point. It's not going to come out before Christmas. It's doing well. Liam, I think, has been putting finishing touches on a couple of areas, but has obviously had other things on his plate as well. It's in PC beta testing. It's not gone to console beta testing yet. But I think QA might have started looking at it, so getting there. Notes are on Discord, forums, and on Dovetail Live. There you go. Thank you, Candice. William Watson loving the Riviera line. Oh, I'm really pleased to hear that. It's one of my favourite routes as well, actually. But then I like sprinters. I think they're really good. That I've been playing a bit more Cardiff again lately with the release of the 142 as well. Yeah, I'll go and get my bottle when I get into Worcester. It's on my other desk behind me, which is a long old way away. So. Oh, we're already down to 55. Look at that. Without even trying, I just let it coast down. It's like I planned it. I didn't, but it's like I did. Hey Derek, how are you doing? Down to 45. That final slow run into Worcester. Yeah, doing okay, Derek. Doing okay. One day I am planning on getting another game of Wreckfest, but I keep talking about it and not doing it. So. Oh, I see. It's reduced because we're on a limited aspect. Fair enough. Hey there, Neil. How are you? Probably down to 30 at this signal actually, so get the brakes on. Welcome, Toast Gamer. Nope, there it goes. Slow down too much. Let's get back up to 30. So the problem is that the bounce physics, Liam, are actually integrated into simulgraph. So you're not just giving a train bounce physics, you're giving it full physics. And if you give it full physics, an AI driver can no longer drive it. Because the reason for it's linked into simulgraph is because the air system in the train is what feeds the suspension. Because I had this debate with the physics guy the other day, actually, because I thought, why can't we just turn on the physics, make it bounce? And like he said, because it's a lot more than just turning on the bounce. Hey, Omnic. Yeah, red. Not far out now. Not far out now. Going downhill. Downhill. Little sneaky small downhills that catch you out. How dare they make me look at what I'm doing, pay attention. Ridiculous. Slow down for this 25 as well. This is why we had diverging yellow. Goofed that up, never mind. There we go. I do like running release, that works well. Whole bunch of freight sitting over the side here as well. We're in CSX land. PTS? Tigerways? What do you mean PTC? Right, coming into Worcester Station, which is our final stop for this run. So far we've done the LGV, and we've done the Boston Worcester. We're going to have a look at the Holiday Express next for a little bit of insanity. Oh, positive train stop. Okay. There we go. God, look at that lovely platinum medal. Oh, how amazing is that? Right, okay, let's go back to the menu. We're going to go into Holiday Express. So does anybody in the chat not up? Did you not get TSW 6? Is anyone still here running TSW 5 or 4 or something like that? Is anyone missing TSW 6 at the moment because they don't have it? Just curious to know. Ralphus scattered all the toys, so let's look at that one, shall we? Mate me kid, you're still running TSW 1. Nice. Upon this night, one and all are sound asleep, normally would not hear so much as a peep. Alas, an naughty elf, filled with glee, has taken presents from under the tree. That's where you come in to right this mess. With a big red train, it'll be a quick process. Follow the instructions to make a start. It won't be long before you know the controls off by heart. This is really cheesy. I love it. It wants me to stop under the fireplace. Oh, over there. Alright, okay. We seem to have the path. Did everyone get the joke, by the way? Richie Rails? Who can tell me why it's Richie Rails? Right, let's go and explore this world. Another present. And another present. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Typical, isn't it, really? Amazed taste. With all the presents back under the tree, that will make the kids all very happy. Very good. Yeah, this was one of Adam's last projects. I don't think it was one of his last projects. I don't know. No, it's not to do with Richie Rich. Lionel trains, right? They make them the O-scale models or whatever it is in America. Richie Rails, Lionel trains, Lionel Richie. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's do another scenario. Batteries. I can't remember what the next one is. Let's look at it on the list. I think it's batteries not included. I'm doubting the UI. Express scenarios, batteries not included. All around the room, the toys look sad. This mischievous elf can't help being bad. I think Adam did write this, actually. It's very good. He's taken the batteries from every last one. You'll need to retrieve them all for this chaos to be undone. My dinner is either still in the air fryer or my eldest has stolen it, which is fine because I did message him and tell him he could feel free to do so. Oh, here we go. I've got to get down. Well, hello. Coin. There's a train down there. Of course, the question on everyone's mind is, how do I get down there? I'm probably doing this entirely wrong. But you know what? I'm just going to leap. Oh, the elevators. That was it. The elevators. Yeah, who needs elevators when you've got infinite landing, full damage? Right. We need to go over here. We can't go over there. We need to go over there when we can cross. Got another one of these over here. Coin! What's up here? I like the fact that you can walk around. It's surreal. Hey, Flying Southerner, I am doing good. I'm doing good. So over there, I think we need to get up here. Climb up the skateboard, the rail rider. I believe. Is there another battery? I'm sure there was a battery over here somewhere. I reserve the right to be wrong. Oh, another coin though. Job's a good one. That's brilliant. Okay. Ah, okay, we can get one over there. Let's jump down here. Up here. Turn off the object markers, what, and use the force? I found a battery! So over there... Is it just the one now? It must be just the one, okay. We need to figure out how we get up there. Over here and up the lift. Over here and up the lift. Let's go under the track. This was the first lifts in TSW, wasn't it? Choo-choo! Battery! Oh, there's another one over there. Oh, I see. We're being spoon-fed them one at a time. Coin? Flying Southerner, the TSW Jingle Jam bundle is TSW 6 standard. Sorry, no, it's TSW 6 free, starter pack. So not standard edition. It's the starter pack. It is the LGV Mediterranean. It is Boston Worcester, and it is this one, the Holiday Express. $800 feet. This is all sorts of different things, Snoco elevators. So this is a bit of a sort of a walking around thing, trying to navigate the puzzle, the route, not the route, the map. There's other ones where you will shunt wagons, and you have to make up a little message with the wagons in front of the fireplace. There's Merry Christmas, I think. There's a bunch of different stuff, to be honest. And then there's a reward once you finish it all, and you get a new toy to play with at the end. Well done, you did it. The toys all have power. That's some fine work at this late night hour. Oh, we finished. Right. Next one is the North Cole. So 6 or 7 or something like that, additional Tomcat. The misbehaving elf has tried to put out the fire by being troublesome again. Let's put an end to this strife by using the train. Okay, I guess rhyming stopped at this point. It's fair. Not everything can rhyme. At some point you just have to get on with the job. Take this short formation around the crane and fill up some coal dust to ensure the fire stays aflame. Well, that almost worked. So we have to get to there, so we're going to go all the way around. Stop there. What's fun is that because this map is enormous, right? This train is normal scale for a train. You can put all of your rest of your collection on this map. See you later, Amaze Taze. Okay, now we've got to carry on going. This is around to there. Cardboard Village. Carefully moving the train at less than 5 miles per hour, crawl under the toy loading tower. Why did we try to make this pack? Because we want to have a bit of fun. You know, not going to lie. Just literally because we wanted to just have a bit of fun. Well, here we go. Hey there, Pro Legend. Would we do any more? I don't know. Make sure you tell, you know, when you're filling in the survey, by the way, go fill in the survey. When you're filling in the survey, if you want to see this kind of thing, say so. It's fun to make. what are we doing now? Oh, now remember, the switches on the track are manually controlled, so keep an eye on their direction and set them self if they point to the wrong road. So we're going to go forward, up there, this is all good. That's all good, that's all good, and we're going to there. Good. Looks to me like we're all set then. Remind me what content was released this year, Flying Southerner? I can't remember. That doesn't feel like it's going the right way. Oh no, it does. It does. You need the animation to update, that's all. Stop panicking. Right, now we are going to the sofa station, that's correct. That's correct, that's correct. Let's see where we're going next. Around the Christmas tree. This is a fun add-on to bust out once a year and have a bit of fun with. Right, we're going to the sideboard now. So that's set correct, that's set correct. I'm going to there. Falsiker Ludwigsbahn, Mittenwald, Bahn F59, Mildmay, Cardiff, Thomas and Friends, Spoiling, Zwolle Groningen, Diesel Rail Tour, Cargo Line 3, 4, Frankfurt S-Bahn. Out of that, it would be a sort of a joint between, for me, Cardiff and Frankfurt S-Bahn, I think. Go past the heater. Thanks for looking that up, Flying Southerner. Where to now? That one's the one that's wrong. We'll change that while we're at it. Stopping at the fireplace. Oh, there's more. Manchester Airport Commuter, Boston Worcester, the 170, Expert 101, 294, Morristown. Oh, okay, if we're including TSW6, then be Morristown or Riviera. That'll keep the fire going. Great job, that should keep the living room warm. Let's see how you did by checking your form. Yay! Right, let's move on to the breakfast hub. Work around the room has not yet stopped. The unfinished gingerbread is still to be topped. Oh yeah, we've got to make a gingerbread house, haven't we? Is that right? It seems like this elf scattered bits far and wide. Gather them up, for enjoying the street cannot be denied. Shenanigans. I see candy canes. I knew there was something over there. And over here we have Dovetail chocolates. And then anything else up here? No, it doesn't look like it. There's something over there though. More candy canes. Right, fam, what is the Jingle Jam? It's a charity event that a bunch of streamers put on to raise money. If you go to jinglejam.co.uk, you can find out more information, and there is a donate button. They're currently at 1.1 million, just past it. If you donate £35 or more, then you get a big games package of 12 games, I think it is, including some TSW add-ons that are in there as well. All the details are on the Jingle Jam website. Thanks, Rebecca. You need this little ramp up here to get up onto the fireplace. There's another one up there, so we'll need to use a lift. And we found more bits. Now we're going to make the thingy. Yes. Is it on this table we've got to make it? Yeah, looks like it. Where's the last bit on there? Can't get it through the window. Apologies. I'm sure those who eat it will enjoy every bite. Nice. Dear, dear. Oh. It's time for the mischief maker to finally be caught. Use the train to deliver him and his guards to the little toy fort. Let's go and get him. Oh dear. Where are we going? A special entrapment wagon, a prison car if you will. Right, so I'm going to turn that way, around that way, and up to the sideboard. Oh dear. Where are you, elf? Where are you? We're looking for him. See if he's at the fireplace. What do you need, Tess? Welcome to the stream. Not at the fireplace. Should try the garden door. Oh, I used to have a ghetto blaster. Those were awesome. Oh, you want to go? I'm just going to go forward. Tess, yeah, it is it is different, isn't it? It's good fun. Can't take it too seriously. We have arrived back at the fireplace again. Head up to where the elf is cornered. Ah, I think he's up. Not quite sure if I'm driving there or... I think we're going up on the... on the lift, we are. We're on our way up to Nakatomi Plaza. Where are you? Up again. Look, there's the elf up there. Look, we found him. Got him. Got him. Cheats are apparently forbidden. But I want to cheat. I could have swore up here somewhere behind there was another thing to pick up behind here. Apparently not. Okay. Let's go back the not cheaty way then. Oh no. Cheaty way found. Excellent. Don't tell me I can't cheat. Tell me I can't cheat and then the game becomes finding a way to cheat. Right. Round there, round there, round there, round there, round there, and round there. Cool. There he is, look. I know all aboard simulations are still working on the on optimizations, and likewise we're working on stuff for the core, so it'll all get there. It's just difficult, that's all. Because what you don't want to do is just just remove stuff to fix the problem. What you want to do is make it work more optimally. The naughty step. To unload the elf now. And typical, I get out the wrong side. There he is in jail. Finally, that's put an end to this elf's misgivings. Now you won't be disturbed while completing the festive trimmings. Short circuit. Several items around the room require power for the show to resume. See a gold coin. That's all I care about. Watch as the power of each is turned on. The room will come alive before too long. We found 7 of them so far. Activate the games console. If I remember rightly, this plays a video of Train Sim Classic. Oh no, it's TSW even. Right, where are we going now? They've created a completely annoying sound. Climb up and sit in the big seat. Well, Famavision is kind of a Super Famicom take, if I remember rightly. Go via sideboard. Christmas tree. Is that a Class 37? No, it is based on the F7 American loco. Turn the Christmas tree on. Okay, we've got lights. It's all Christmassy now. We're off to the sofa station now. I'll talk to the team tomorrow, Mikey, Pete, and see if I can find out what's going on there. I vaguely remember what's wrong, but I'll have to dig into it. Liam, some of I think the majority of the points get set for you by the scenario, yeah. Where are we going? That's it, your work is complete. An amazing job preparing this most festive treat. Right, let's have a look. What we've got now. Oh, that's it. Is that it? Plight of the Navigator. I thought there was one more. Look at these blocks. They don't see anything useful. Move them around so they say something truthful. Switch the cars back and forth so they're in the right order. Hopefully the elf won't have time to create more disorder. So we want... what am I doing? Just cheat. Whee! So we want number 3, number 1, number 4, number 1, number 3, number 2, number 5. So the good news is the last one is correctly at the back, so we can shot that out of the way. I'm going to go via the sofa station. All right, I'm going forwards. Yeah, I don't think I can make Bean Kid because it's in triples, so it's not even individual letters that you could have fun with. So like it's MER, RY space, yeah. Ah, yes, and that will then put me on the back of the train. There we go. Gently, right? That means at 20 kilometers an hour, 20 miles an hour. Using the small brake, switch the cars in and out of the door yard to arrange them in the correct order. Oh, the door yard, I see. Were you getting strangely excited, Baked Bean Kid, and you didn't know why? Pull the coupler lock lever between the cars to be unlocked. Where's that then? Is it this side? I don't really support football tests, to be honest. I know, heinous crime, but it doesn't interest me in the slightest. Where to now? Should it eventually stop? We got there in the end. Back in there. I've watched a few England matches, Tess, yeah. Mostly for social reasons, not because I necessarily care about football, but I care about what my friends like. Back it go. We're going to bring them all back. Okay, we're going to put Mary in first, are we? Okay. Liam, if you jump on their website, click on the Donate Now button, and there is a list there of all games that are in there before you do the donation. And drop the back half of Mary into there. Test. No, I haven't been on the Discord server in a long time, actually. Right, let's couple again. Okay. Where to now, boss? Left. Can you still get pink biscuits? The wafers, yeah. Oh, okay. So now we put CHR on, then IST, then MAS. Got it. That makes sense. way. Not sure about stream over Christmas, Baked Bean Kid. We'll see. It's coming on well, but he hasn't had a lot of time to do it. Mum's not been very well. She's on the mend, thankfully. That's taken up a lot of Dad's time looking after her. So the railway hasn't had tons of progress. It's had some. Dad's been squeezing it in where he can, but not lots. And then we come back round to here. I took advantage of a sale at the Pie Hut. They had the little camera boards I've been making for Dad. They had those on 20% discount, so I bought 3 more of those. So I just need to finish printing up the cases, get them loaded with software, and I'll be good to go. That's Isthmus. Let's go back. We're almost there. Tim, this is real scale, and we're in a gigantic house. Oh, what's my dad? Sorry, he's 00. 00. 00HO. I mean, we're pretty flexible on what we run on the layout. 1/72, Tim. If memory serves. 1/72 00 gauge is the sort of the base scale, but we do run HO gauge, which I think is the 187, because it runs on HO gauge runs on 00 gauge tracks, oddly enough. Is it 176? It might be 176. No, Now we have to bring it all back up to the fireplace. Passengers are missing on NTP, Ben? What? Return to the table to admire your work. Well done, your switching skills were just the ticket. The blocks now add to the festive spirit. Now, was it in... I'm trying to think. It's not Creators Club. My brain's not working at all. Oh, mastery, track your progress. Holiday Express. Oh right, we've got a long way to go. Alright, we're not going to get the Jeep tonight then. Walk 2 miles. Oh, and complete 4 snow. So we did all of that without being logged into Dovetail Live. Otherwise we would be in good stead right now. But never mind. Alright, so we won't do that. What I did want to do, real quick, before we finish, is... I want to try something, because someone said the F7 wasn't available. I think if it works via this, or maybe not. No, it's not that. Okay, that isn't going to work then. Okay. All right. So the last thing I'll show you on the... not on this. Is using free roam. Just, if you hadn't twigged that it was full scale, start on the table. Yeah, so if you are not available, not available, what on earth? If you weren't aware or hadn't spotted, this is full-scale track and in an absolutely massive room, which means your entire TSW collection can be used on the track map. So, for example, if I come over here and I press tab to spawn a train, and let's say we want to spawn a 142. Sounds good. 2 142s loaded, spawn, go. There you go. Oh god, unlock it, haven't I? Why will you not let me on? Oh, here we go. It will. Where's the headlights? Oh, here we go. Brakes still on. Why are the brakes still on? Oh, is this no? Huh. Oh, because the door is open. Of course it is. That's better. It looks like a model pacer. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? And if you do all the mastery, you get a Jeep to drive around. It's the first and only official drivable car vehicle, so that you can drive that around. And that means that all of these little ramps and things that are in there, you can have quite a lot of fun with them. But I'm not going to go through and spend another 3 or 4 hours unlocking on the car. Right, we'll pull up at this next platform and then I think we'll finish. And there we go. Oh, just open the doors. Oh well, never mind. I'm trapped. Or I could. I think they changed cab, didn't they? Yeah, okay. So what I could do is just open the doors. There you go. We are out officially. There you go, folks. Bit of fun with the Holiday Express. Don't forget to go and give Jingle Jam a donation if you are able. And go to jinglejam.co.uk. They're up to 111, almost 1116, which is really cool. Click donate now here, and then you'll get a list here of all of the games in the pack. So if you do £35 or above donation, then you'll get all of these games, including TSW6. TSW6 is the standard, not the standard edition, the free edition, the core starter pack. It's the LGV Mediterranean with the TGV. It's the Boston Worcester with the HSP 46, and it's the Holiday Express that I've just been running. That's what's in the Jingle Jam edition, and obviously you get all of this stuff as well if you do £35 or more. It's for a great variety of different good causes. There's other streams to watch, people playing games. There you go, it just broke the 1116. And lots of good stuff to do there, so thoroughly recommend. Otherwise than that, let me just go back to this one. There we go. Otherwise than that, thank you very much for joining me, folks. Thank you for your support of Jingle Jam, and thank you for support of what we do as well. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you on the Stuttgart stream, which is Friday. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.